This is a story about Elijah. Elijah was a prophet of God. That means God spoke to him. God speaks to a prophet, and the prophet speaks to the people. And God had a message to send to an evil king named Ahab. Ahab was the worst king that had ever lived. He was terrible. And because he was so evil, God said that he would not send rain on the land. That means that there was no water. And because there was no water, that means there was no food. There was a famine. But God took care of Elijah. He sent him to a village where he had instructed a widow to feed him. But when Elijah got there, he said, "Hi, can I have a glass of water?" And the widow said, "Are you crazy? You know there's no water here. In fact, I was just preparing my last meal for me and my son before we starved to death." That's terrible. But don't worry, God took care of Elijah and he took care of the widow too. In fact, Elijah said, "If you will make me a small piece of bread, then God has said your containers will never run out of ingredients. You'll always have enough to make food for yourself and for me." So the widow trusted God, and she made some food for Elijah. Then her containers never ran out. She always had enough food. But then something terrible happened. The widow's son got sick, and then he died. Wait a second. I thought you said God took care of the widow. He did. Guess what happened? Elijah went and prayed for the boy, and he came back to life. God did a miracle because nothing is too hard for God.